Mere feet from where the Georgia Dome stood and the Falcons played for a quarter century. We're looking at the team's home since the 2017 season. Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Today, two NFC South teams set to tangle. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. Ball is teed up. Chase McLaughlin to do the honors. And we're underway in Atlanta. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. They're going to play action. Here's Penix. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, man, it's Drake London. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And the Falcons will have a first.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They're going to run it here. It's Bijan Robinson. And that effort yields him about 3 yards there. 2nd down.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Penix here from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's not going to get the first. He made it real close, though, didn't he, Brock? It's a gain of 5, 3rd down coming up.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Now trying to set up the screen. Here's Robinson. He's got the first and more inside the 25. And he's going to have this all the way down to the 4. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I have loved this opening script. Aggressive, taking your shots. You know, the numbers tell you you get an explosive play on a drive in the NFL today, you're typically going to score. With that shot down the field, well, they're knocking on the door in the red zone.
Robinson can't bypass that line. They stop him at the 3.
You know, Kay, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Throwing Penix. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
Just need 3 now to find the end zone on this first possession. It's 3rd and goal. Play fake, Penix. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Trying to find his tight end. And that brings up 4th and goal.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And they apparently don't want a field goal to start this game. They want 6. They're going for it. 4th down, Penix. And they will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons finish up an excellent opening series. Justin Tucker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1-for-1. Now after the play, looks like we have somebody banged up. What we hope is it's nothing major. Don't want to see a serious injury less than a quarter into the season. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Returning it from the 4. And this drive will start inside the 25. Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Irving. And he has it all the way down to the 30-yard line.
Coming off that carry, I'd go right back to him. Not a hotter hand on the field right now. Get that man the rock.
First and 10 after that last highlights. They're at the 30. They send one of the tight ends in motion right. First down, here's Baker. Catch made by Bucky Irving. And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it 1st and goal from the 8. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Baker now off the play fake. Vacates quickly left side. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
I don't mind that scramble at all, Kate. It makes that defense think this guy's not just going to sit in the pocket all day. I'll say this as well, like I do all the time. When you're going to scramble as quarterback, make sure you protect yourself.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Going power with the big tight end. They charge into traffic, but the line doesn't budge. They stall him out short.
Gosh, I just love seeing wrinkles like that added to your offense in these key situations. Kind of call it the Andy Reid effect. He's been so good down here near the goal line, and that one, well, it almost went in for 6.
Only need 1 more yard on this opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal. Irving. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Buccaneers finish off their opening drive. On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Buccaneers tie it up as he nails his first try of the season. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Here's Jamal Agnew on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Here's Robinson to start the drive. He'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 24-yard line.
We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They'll begin the quarter with 2nd and 8. Here's Penix to throw. Short pass brought in. Has some daylight through the 40. And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. From the shotgun, Penix. Cut down the field. It's Pitts. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons take a second quarter lead. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Motioning him from the slot right. 1st and 10, it's Mayfield. Taking a shot deep here. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Tried getting it to Emeka Egbuka. So that brings up 2nd down.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
This is Irving on 2nd. Good running there to get around 6, but now they've got 3rd down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, really break the backs of a defense.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Slot man in motion right. 3rd and short, Mayfield. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Pete, I think that was the type of play we expected out of this defense to start the game. Can't undo that opening drive touchdown they gave up. That can sure help to get yourself off the field with that 3rd down stop.
And he got a little too much leg into that one. That's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity, no doubt. This ball's coming out to the 20. Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Here's Penix. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David.
Going down the middle, as you can see, you're giving them a real chance at making that hit. Might be a case of trying to force one where he shouldn't have. And you're sure hoping as a quarterback you learn your lesson on that one.
First call here coming from the shotgun. From the gun, Mayfield. Falcons driving in, and they're going to bring him down. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down. Irving here from the gun. He's going to pull it in for the Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers parlay the interception into points. McLaughlin attack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers tie things up at 14. So we've got a tie ball And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, so he's just going to throw this one away.
That right there, Kate, that's taking the hard lessons from the previous drive, putting it into practice right here. Don't see a throw you like, it's too tight a window. Don't risk yet another interception.
They'll run the draw with Robinson. And it's a 3-yard gain through the traffic. Vontae David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6.
Hurt! Panther 60! Panther 60! 60!
To the air on 3rd and long. Out to his right, out it's a screen. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. It's the 2-minute warning now from Atlanta. The Falcons looking like they'll have to punt. So with the Falcons set to punt on 4th, on comes Bradley Pinion. Now this one, not much of a chance of it staying in the field of play. They'll mark it out at the 13-yard line. Bucks to the line. 1st and 10.
180! Alert!
Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Forced out to his right. That's brought in downfield by Otten. And he's going to be pushed out up near that 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 26. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
Do you feel sometimes, Kate, up here in the booth when we get to see things develop, we're playing the same guessing game that defenses are on those kind of plays? Is he planning on keeping it or just waiting for a throw to develop and get open? That time the QB did a terrific job of finding that outlet.
Shotgun handoff to Irving. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
He'll expect more from himself in those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
Four yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Play action. Here's Mayfield. That's low and bounces short of his man. Mecca Buka, the intended target. So now they're going to have to figure out this 3rd down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
180! Hey, alert 33! Done!
They'll throw. 3rd and long. Throwing the out route complete. We got the football, Gronk, but not the first. That stopped just shy of the marker. 4th down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down? just lining your offense up to go for it on 4th and 1, but fake punts are always an option in this down and distance. And in this case, maybe lining up to punt got the defense to relax just enough to go and make it work.
It's a big strike downfield to Aguka. And in, touchdown Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers get some late points and the lead. McLaughlin attack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Buccaneers break that tie and now lead by 7. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Penix now. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. That's complete inside the 35. They're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30.
38 yards. And the Falcons, first down.
First and 10, Erlander Robinson. Nothing doing on the outside there. No gain on the run. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Sometimes just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. Just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late. And this could have been much, much more exciting.
He can run it. And he's going to be out of bounds right along the 20.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Penix working from the gun. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Let's go now. 65. Not 19 time. Less than 19.
4th down, here's Penix. It's caught by Harrison. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. All right, timeout taken by the offense. 5 seconds left, and they can take some points into the locker room on this final play of the half. They'll come up on 1st and 10.
70 Lions. Dragon 60. Cut 19. Cut 19. 19 Lions. Buffalo 18.
Penix here from the gun. And it's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Drake London with the touchdown. Tucker adds the PAT. And the Falcons tie this game at 21.
Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half or if we get a play from scrimmage as this one's away. So it's a touchback on the kickoff, and we're going to get one final snap here in the half.
At their own 31-yard line.
Here comes the final play of our first half.
180. Kings, Kings, Kings. Hey, alert, 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 alert. What's up?
He'll throw it. Bails out of the pocket quick. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. This final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half. All tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Play fake, it's Mayfield. Headed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Baker. Hits him on the out route. And this is taken ahead to the 37. Jalen Walker firing over to take him down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Third down, here's Mayfield. It's complete. This is Nguka. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Slot man motioned over. 1st down, looking to throw. Mayfield. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home that sack.
Last play sent him back across midfield here, 2nd and long. Catch made left side by Luka. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. The easy way to do it, catches just like that. Going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
Will this drive continue? Here comes 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. So 3rd and 16, no problem for them as they get the 1st.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on 1st down. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Out left, and Otten makes the grab. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Offense in the hurry up here. 3rd down, give to Irving. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there. He's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. throwing. Baker. Setting up the running back screen. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're in the first and goal.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Caught just shy of the goal line. And that's a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers take the lead right away in half number 2. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10. Going right side, Robinson with it. And now all the way across midfield before he's brought down. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
Run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know you can set the table for more.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's Falcons football. A nice little help for them as they trail entering the quarter. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Staying with Robinson. And a great play is brought to an end as this one reaches the 35-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Has him on the quick hitter. Running in the red zone. This is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
Good offenses. Good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after it.
Working inside the red zone. Dumps it off to his running back. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
The loss sets him up at the 9-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. And it's looking to run with it. And they're going to keep him out once again. That sends him backwards, brings up 3rd and goal.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Looking to throw. This could decide things. It's intercepted. And the Buccaneers will take over as he reports his first interception of our season. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
One play in, Brock, and his drive is already in enemy territory.
First down, Buccaneers.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on a play-action in what looked like a very plain play.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Buccaneers leading by 7. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Straight ahead, it's Irving. He gets a nice chunk, looks like about 5. It's going to be 3rd down.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
He's back to throw. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
Tendencies tend to show themselves, Kate, and really come to life on 3rd downs. Right? They want to go to their best receiver. The defense knows it. They know that tendency. They double it, and they make the play.
So Chase McLaughlin is on in a high-pressure spot. It'll be 51 yards from the left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
The best kickers I've been around here over the last few decades, they relish these moments. They know the hard work all their buddies on offense and defense have done. And when they can make it a 2-score game and be clutch when it matters, these are the moments they live for.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. Trying to push deep downfield. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there'll be more interceptions.
Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Harrison secures this left side. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Penix is going to throw again. Buying some time right. Man downfield, and he finds London. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Kate, as soon as this quarterback broke containment, I know your eyes and my eyes went the same place. Can you find a big play down the field? Unfortunately, there was not one to be had.
Again, Penix to the air. Now trying to set up the screen. Here's Robinson. And they bring him down around the 34. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. 3rd down, Bucks in the dime set defensively. Throwing now. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, that should pretty much shut down throwing his way anymore, Brock. This guy has ended each of their last 2 drives by himself with an interception.
And that's kind of the price you pay when you're playing phenomenal ball as a defender. I can remember Aaron Rodgers, primetime game, said, I'm not even throwing once. And didn't attack Richard Sherman 1 time that game.
12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
I'm not surprised by that outcome, Kate. You crowd the line defensively. Right, going all out for the safety. Got to be careful you don't wind up giving them an alley, not just to escape the goal line, but for an even bigger chunky yardage.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's got him 6 yards on that carry. It's second down.
Tackle by Jordan Miller. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4 at the 20-yard line.
So it's a win for the visiting Buccaneers. And this isn't just anyone in no start for them. They pick up what could end up being a key division victory to have later in this season.